Hello everyone, this is Luke Nella with a special between-season segment called Light Tanks of the Week. It's just like Best Replays of the Week, but for the new light tanks. They have already shown their battle ability during the common test, so we decided to show you what these new vehicles are capable of. Today, we have a selection of the best moments with some of the more interesting new tanks. The T-49, the RU-251, and the LTTB. First and foremost, light tanks are expected to provide timely and constant scouting. But to spot a fully intact mouse right in the beginning of the battle in the open is like hitting the jackpot. A slow, heavy tank can't hide fast, and the classic combination of light tank and artillery works as expected. But in this case, the light tanks can punish this big machine themselves, using their fantastic guns and agility. In the end, this giant monument to the fantasy of the German designers is left smoking. The T-49 wasn't really effective in shooting though. Its primary role wasn't in shooting the mouse, but what the American tank needs is a better situation. To take the hill on mines is just half of the battle. You still need to use it wisely. Has an enemy vehicle rolled a bit further than it should? Inform it about this by kindly dealing 929 damage. It is very convincing even for a tier 10 heavy tank. This is one of those moments where the 152mm gun really comes in handy. Of course, it goes the other way sometimes. Like right now. No, the aiming circle is still working, but it's far beyond the screen. It takes a long time to aim and reload. So you have to make sure to kill your prey, not just wound it. That said, there is a vehicle in the game that seems to have been made exactly for this weapon. The great and powerful Waffenträger Alf E100. Its large, paper-thin hull just asks for an HE shell and at least 800 points of damage. You, my viewer, should note that it's often useful to have a few HE shells on you, no matter your vehicle. In case of an unexpected Waffenträger, the standard guns of the other light tanks can cause decent damage with their HE shells too. The RU-251 is an extremely good shooter. With its outstanding accuracy, aiming speed, and rate of fire, it can deliver fire from the second line of attack. Not forgetting its record-breaking 80 km/h maximum speed, which allows you to get to where the action is very quickly. Just remember, it's up to you to decide how to earn credits, by shooting or by scouting. Here's another tank for those who like aggressive scouting, the new LTTB. Skillful and careful players won't expose themselves to enemy fire when playing the Soviet scout tank. They will spot, lure out, and distract the enemy whilst their teammates earn some credits for them. However, sometimes there's no way you can drive the LTTB carefully. It reminds me very much of the T-50-2. It was just made to rush into a forest, spot everyone there, and, with the help of absolutely unreal maneuvers, survive although being surrounded by enemy tanks. It's important that your teammates don't stay in hiding, but actively destroy the confused enemies. I don't know what other tank can give you so much joy and adrenaline, but the flaws of this approach are obvious. One wrong move and you're done for. Only very experienced tankers will be able to pull off these kind of extreme maneuvers with the LTTB. So, all three of these tanks can perfectly play the standard scouting role as spotters, and this is exactly what most light tanks should usually do in random battles. Alternatively, every vehicle can and should be used in a different, more aggressive role. This is not easy, but it can be much more interesting. If you're looking for a vehicle that can turn every battle into an action movie, definitely try any of these new light tanks. And that's all for this special episode. Thank you all and goodbye.